Hey guys and gals, how you doing? This is Crag Dweller again. As you know, for the past year, probably 2 years now, I've been using this Trangia alcohol burner quite a bit. It's my go-to stove now, for pretty much for canoe camping and backpacking. I've gone the Esbit route. I like Esbit. It's lightweight and super lightweight and efficient. And I've also run the gamut with alcohol stoves. I've used a lot of these. These are just aluminum beer can bottle stoves that I actually got given to me by Intense Angler, John from Intense Angler Outdoors. Super good stove, super lightweight. The only drawback to these that I find is that if you don't calculate the amount of fuel you want to use perfectly, you end up wasting some. So that's a little bit of a drawback. That's one of the benefits, or the main benefits, of why I like the Trangia, is with this O-ring under the lid. You can just, if you snuff your flame out, when it cools down, put this O-ring lid on here and throw it in your pack, and you're good to go. Having said that, you can put rocks around this or pieces of wood to hold your pot above the flame and use it that way, but it's not always convenient. Last year I went and bought one of these Esbit somewhat collapsible windscreen pot stand kind of things, and I'll be honest with you, I find it to be, it does work, but I find it to be somewhat of a pain in the neck to get together. It's almost like you need 3 hands. It's kind of a pain. See what I mean? They kind of snap together, and it's just not always easy to do. Yeah, and then you see the way there's little tabs there. It's super lightweight. And then the stove, see these slots here? The stove's got this rim, and it sits down in there and catches that little groove there and supports the stove, but it doesn't always stay. Sometimes it'll slip, and then the stove's tipped on its edge and you spill fuel out. So I guess basically what I'm saying is I haven't been super happy with this. Mainly it's because it's kind of a trick to put it together every time. Having said that, I came up with my own DIY pot stand, and here it is. And all it is 1/8 inch metal rod that you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. And you can see there's 3 sections. It's collapsible. I can still carry it in this carrying pouch that the other stand came in. And what I've connected it with is, I had this little cheap telescoping magnet. There was a magnet on the end here, and I snapped off the hollow tubing, and I cut little sections, and that's what I've used to slip over the ends of this 1/8 inch rod to make a connection. And it's nice and firm, but yet it's flexible enough to allow it to be set up in a multitude of ways. Now I can set my the smallest pot I have is this GSI Minimalist, and that sits perfect up there. If I want to use a bigger a pan, such as my cold steel pan, I can simply spread these however I want. Or for that matter, even if I leave it in the triangle shape, it works fine too, with plenty of support. So that's really cool. I think this is going to work out great, and I did the measurements. It's the proper height off the burner itself to get optimum burn there. It's like 1 inch, 1.1 off the top of the Trangia. So yeah, and then not only that, as a bonus, now I have this telescoping bellows for campfires. I can use that and blow through it and get some oxygen to the fires out of this piece of crap magnet, basically. So that's cool. Anyway, I just want to show you that. It's my do-it-yourself Trangia pot stand. I think it'll work out great. I'll be using it on my upcoming trips. Alright, cool.